There is going to be a lot of talk about the manner in which this movie has been adapted from its source material, a highly respected book. And let me express, it's much deeper than the headlines will tell you. I'll explain in detail in this review of Angel Studios' Animal Farm. Lucky is a young pig living at Manor Farm, but what he doesn't know yet is that everything is about to change. When the animals revolt and kick the humans off the farm, they must tend to the laborious chores that keep the farm operating so that they may care for themselves. Though the work is difficult, they reap the benefits. That is, until the nearby super farm becomes involved, dividing the animals' allegiance and threatening to ruin everything they have created. If you're familiar with the 1945 book Animal Farm, the first thing that will seem odd about my summary of the new movie's plot is the lead character, Lucky. Lucky is not in Animal Farm. He is an adolescent pig that has been added to this adaptation to be a proxy for young people watching this new interpretation, which is a kid's movie. This change doesn't really bother me. Maybe a little lazy, but it's a logical approach to take a quite intellectual story and make it more understandable for its young target audience. The problem is, any intellect present in the source material has not only been simplified, but unceremoniously cast aside, trampled over, and literally farted upon, taking an impressive piece of literature and reducing it to hogwash. Many of the online debates about this movie will focus on how it changes the main premise of the book Animal Farm, which is a cautionary tale of Marxism and totalitarianism, and flipped it to be a criticism of capitalism and even more, consumerism. This is an accurate critique of the film. I saw an early screening of Animal Farm, but even before I had a chance to watch it, I had already heard rumblings that its messaging had been flipped. I doubted it and assumed it was just online hyperbole, but within the first 2 minutes of the film, the bad guy is the bank, warning of foreclosure. But that bad bank doesn't even shake a stick to the evil, successful farm nearby. It is futuristic, has lots of pumpkins, and milks countless cows. Their goal is to buy Animal Farm, become a monopoly, and raise the prices of their products, because of course there's nothing more evil than farmers. This contrasts the sentiments of the animals of Animal Farm. They simply want freedom, see the utmost importance in sharing, and believe that all animals are equal. But when the futuristic farm tempts them with a lucrative offer, the animals that already shied away from hard work, specifically the pigs, happily accept this offer. Led by Napoleon, voiced by Seth Rogen, the pigs begin to act authoritarian, separating from the animals, but this action feels less class-related like the book and more racial. They would often say, pigs are to be with pigs. But they do expel a kind pig named Snowball. In the book, this expulsion is a gut-wrenching, violent moment created by the lies and gaslighting of Napoleon. Here, the scene has been watered down by Snowball being too boring, neutering the severity of this action and the ramifications that would follow. This creates a divide amongst the animals. While the horses and donkeys toil, the pigs lavish in luxury, and to a stupid degree. Whether it be their ostentatious clothes, cool technology, or even a Lamborghini, which is far too important of a plot device, the pigs squander their profits. The irony being, this movie clearly wants to vilify capitalism, but that capitalism brought them success. The only thing causing their decline is their foolish and selfish purchases. So, a movie trying to force its message down our throats fails to successfully communicate its own message. As I was watching the film, I was honestly thinking, this may be a dangerous movie, even grossly misrepresenting historical images such as Tiananmen Square. But by the time it finished, I was relieved by the fact that Animal Farm is so poorly made, with ugly, clunky animation, completely unfunny attempts at humor, and embarrassingly bad voice work, with the exception of Seth Rogen, who has already proven that he has a good voice for a pig in the live-action The Lion King. This film and its feckless messaging will be forgotten in weeks, while the book, which encourages critical thinking and education, will remain. So I will give Animal Farm the lowest score I have ever given on this channel, 1/2 star. And that half star is only earned because the movie recreates a split eyedopter shot, which is a lens trick that allows you to focus on an object in the background and foreground simultaneously. It was used as recently as last year in the Oscar-nominated film The Secret Agent, but it felt more prevalent in older films such as Jaws and The Untouchables. Regardless, it's unnecessary in an animated film because you can ignore the rules of cameras, but I found it cool nonetheless. As far as a Christian perspective, Animal Farm promotes sharing and makes statements such as, "You know what's always right? Helping others." These are positive sentiments, but in the context of the movie, they feel very vapid. So, in my appropriate scale from The Chosen to Pulp Fiction, I will compare Animal Farm to a recent Disney animation, Wish, which was another ugly animation that attempted to unnecessarily rewrite something that was already special, resulting in something you won't remember and frankly want to forget. What do you think of Animal Farm? Let me know in the comments below. I am truly finding it difficult to find anything positive about it other than the book it is based upon. And as someone who dislikes reading and much prefers movies, I hope you can appreciate how drastic it is for me to suggest skipping this film and instead read Animal Farm. If you got through this hot mess, help me out and like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss any of my future reviews. Also, you can check out some of my previous videos by clicking on one of these boxes.